It's existing, and I think a lot of times some of the women are pushed into that spot because of the non-existence of a but God ministry that now exists. So now here you got a ministry that first ladies can tap into, and it's open and available to all first ladies that that have a sincere desire to serve. First of all, you got to have a servant's heart. It's just not something. It's not a social club. It's not a gathering place. It's not something that you do when you don't have anything else to do. It's something that you do because you have a desire to serve God's people. You got a desire to please God, and there's a measure of integrity that goes into this process as well. So this is what I'm seeing with But God Ministry. That's why, I lend my 100% support. I even got, my little T-shirt on the other day because I understand the importance of it and what's happening with it.
Now, is this open to first ladies of any church who wishes to become involved in it? And what are some of your recruitment techniques and your recruitment methods, and how successful have you been so far?
And actually, this ministry is designed to provide and equip resources to help develop, build, and grow. We call it a ministry that's twofold. We use senior pastors' wives and widows to help coordinate events within the community. But we ask for and we welcome committed volunteers, which does not require you to be a senior pastor's wife or a widow. If you believe in service and serving, we want you to be a part of this team. And so what we've done, we actually have a conference that's coming up October of this year, and it's just open to any denomination that believes in the Lord Jesus Christ and want to serve. So whether you're a senior pastor's wife or whether you're just committed and want to be a part of the ministry, the opportunity is there. We just use senior pastors' wives to coordinate those activities in order for us to be available to go out in the community to serve.
Now, Ms. Russell, what are some of the activities that you're involved in terms of trying to bring more of the first ladies of the church into various churches into this ministry?
Well, actually, some of the programs that we've had already. We fellowship with the Disciple Village with the senior citizens. We went in and had a dinner, just for them. We've worked with a ministry that caters to the single parents. We've done some. We had a diaper drive and had some toys and stuff for some of the children and ministries like that. So it has just been a great experience for me. And then another thing too, it's just brought a camaraderie together from very, very great ladies that through this, without this, I would not have had the opportunity, to meet some of these ladies. So again, and like she said, we're having our conference that we're really kicking for in October, so.
And so in reality, you can spread this all throughout the city of Nashville and farther, and et cetera, and et cetera. And so you're not limited in terms of denomination or whatever. That all a person has to do is have a desire to serve. And perhaps in this upper echelon, they would perhaps have to be the spouse of the pastor of the church, but others are also allowed to become involved in it.
Absolutely.
Well, what are some of the recruitment activities that are going on within the church, your church itself? Why don't you think about it from that perspective? Why don't you give us some information in reference to what's going on in your church to bring more people into this organization?
Well, and that is probably one of the key things. My husband is Pastor James Glenn Duke, and he is the pastor of St. Paul Primitive Baptist Church. But what we are just trying to make it known is it's more so what goes outside the walls of the church. So what we're saying is it doesn't matter what you want to do in the community. We will tap into that by using senior pastors' wives. One of the things that we have now is a back to school drive. And so we use a lot of social media techniques to say, hey, this is what we're doing in the community. We're not sitting, we're serving. And if you'd like to join us, back to school, elderly, anything that would allow us to make our presence known in the community, we do that.
Very good. And of course, let us take this second commercial break, and then we'll be back. Ms. Russell will pick up with you to elaborate upon some of the things that are going on in your church. And we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break. Thank you and welcome back to the final segment of the show for today. We're talking to Pastor Walker, Ms. Duke, and Ms. Russell in reference to the program But God Ministry. And let me, Ms. Russell, pick up with you during this last segment and to have you to give us some information in reference to some of the things that you'd like to talk about dealing with this ministry and some of the efforts that are being made in your particular church to spread the word in reference to the But God Ministry. And Ms. Duke will also continue her discussion in reference to creating this organization. And Pastor Walker will help us close this out for today.
Okay. In regards to some of the things that we're doing, first of all, I'm a member of Bethlehem United Primitive Baptist Church, where my husband, Dr. Ronnie J. Russell, is the pastor. And what we do, you know, is not necessarily in the church. We use the first